Thanks for staying with us. It is Friday. It is a good time. Well, it's always a good time, right? When Dr. Kristen Mark is here. It is time for Pillow Talk. And today we're going to talk about the relationship between aging and sex and the different patterns that involve.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for being here, always.
Thanks for having me.
We always jump right in and get serious.
We do. Let's jump right in.
We don't have a lot of time. I need more information.
Yes.
Let's go.
Are you aging quickly?
I feel like it. I'm ready to roll, people.
All right. Let's talk about it. I don't know, but let's define aging, first of all. What kind of age group are we talking?
Well, I mean, aging occurs through the lifespan, right? But people associate as you age with sex no longer happening,
right?
Which isn't the case and doesn't have to be the case.
Which a lot of people are all hallelujahing right now.
Right.
They're like, did you hear that, honey?
Yeah, right. I'll get some complaints later. No, but it doesn't have to be that way. It's just that there are modifications that you might have to use as you age because your body's changing. For women, you may have to use lubricant more than you ever had to before. Maybe different positions. There are different medications that you're on that have sexual side effects. There can be consequences of even just your relationship, like long-term relationships.
Sure.
Or maybe you're newly single and getting into the dating world again.
Right.
Whether you're a widow or whether you're divorced, and that can also be really hard transitions. So there are all of these different transitions that really don't get talked about because sex as you age is seen as such a taboo in our culture.
Right.
That is true.
But wouldn't we all love to be sexual until the day we die?
Preach.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's real.
Right.
It is real. What do people need to do though? Because I feel like this gets to be, like you said, it's that taboo, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, what if they're getting to a point and they're in a relationship, either one, and how do they bring this up with their partner?
Yeah, talking about sex is always hard for any couple, but I think that really you just kind of have to get over that hurdle.
Right.
We have a lot of ways in which we can talk with partners about this in more of approaching it in terms of your relationship. Like, hey, we have all this time now, like we're retired. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be just so nice to be able to, have more fun in our sex life and approaching it in more of a fun way or like a playful way or a way that benefits the relationship can be one way to tackle that conversation that's maybe less threatening.
I like that, and it doesn't sound like you're complaining either.
That's exactly it. You cannot be just sort of going at it from like I want more sex, we're not having any sex, we have this sexless marriage.
Right.
No, instead making it more of a positive conversation of like, hey, I saw this segment and we should try lube or something like that.
And that just comes back to that whole taboo thing. And when people have been together, like let's say couples who have been together for eternity. Yeah. And maybe you said they get bored, they're getting, it's just not the same, or they just get in their routine. You talked about the physical things that may be stopping, but a lot of it could be in your head as well, right?
Absolutely. And sex can be redefined as you age as well. Like it doesn't have to mean in like a heterosexual context penetration, right? There's a lot of things that you can do to be sexual with each other that really feed into intimacy in a meaningful way. Maybe you engage in different sexual behaviors or use different sort of positions, integrate sex toys into your life. Those types of things can really make it more fun and less threatening because sometimes things like penetration can be really, really painful as you begin to age. So finding ways to work around that.
I thought you brought up a really good point because a lot of times, people do start to take maybe a little bit of this medication or that medication and maybe their bodies just aren't processing things like they used to be. I think, should they tell their partner that, hey, I'm going to go to the doctor and I'm going to see if they can help me with this, or should they just do that on their own?
I think communicating with your partner is always the better route. I know it can be difficult, but I think still it's always the better route. So talking to your partner about that and saying, hey, could we maybe try this instead? Something that maybe doesn't rely on whatever response isn't working, whether it's like an erection or whatever's not working, so that you can work that into your sex life in a way that's less threatening.
This might be better than golf. I don't know. It's a great conversation, though.
Well, and the fact that you're talking about the communication is so crucial. A lot of times it's hard to not have somebody be the buffer between the two of you, so someone like you can help us out.
Yes, therapists help with that.
How can we get a hold of you, Dr. Mark?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me through my website, KristenMark.com. And there's a lot of ways to get a hold of me through that website.
Yes, definitely hit her up. Nothing is off topic.
Yes.
She's
nothing
great.
to be embarrassed about. She will help you, as David said.
Yeah,
enjoy it more than golf.
Guys, I'm just saying.
Thank you, Dr. Marks.
Thanks for